You stupid.
How you doing, everybody? It is July 11th, 2017, and hello to all my retaking liberty brethren and sisterin. Well, first, seriously, I want to take off my hat and pay my respects to New York City police officer Miosotis Familla. Her services were held today. She was killed in the line of duty. And I also want to say good job to the New York City police officers that turned their backs on Bill de Blasio. That man is a big piece of shit. I don't know why New York City elected him as mayor. He's a commie fuck. He doesn't deserve to wipe anybody's ass, let alone be a mayor. He's a piece of shit. I know when he was up there giving his eulogy or saying his piece to the family, I know he had puke in his mouth. He does not like his police force. And what makes me laugh, it's your typical hypocrite. He can't stand his police department, doesn't defend his police department, but won't get rid of his detail. No. Keeps his detail. Won't dismiss him. Nope. Gotta have that police detail. Even though you want to fuck the police department every way you can. You're a piece of shit, de Blasio. Love to see you voted out of office. Well, anyway, you know, Black Lives Matter's probably still cheering even though it's a black person that was killed. Which, to be honest with you, I'm still waiting for my white privilege. I'm waiting. It's been a long time. I need it. Because I don't see where, first of all, the George Soroses and the Tides Foundations and the Ford's Foundations and the Rock, you know, all these shit leftist fucking foundations that breathe fire into the narrative that there's this like roaming bands of white cops all over the country just looking to kill black people wherever they stand is a load of shit. Because statistically, see here, 2016, where they got the last good statistics, only about 258 blacks were killed by police officers. Now, you know damn well they weren't all white. And we can prove that. We've seen blacks and Hispanics shooting blacks also. And a lot of them, you see, and there's definitely ones that aren't justified, where people are not armed and just didn't deserve it. But there are plenty where people act a fool and got their asses shot. Now, look at that. And then in 2016, 762 blacks murdered by blacks in crime in just Chicago. That's not even a national stat. That's Chicago. And here's another interesting stat. 90% of blacks are murdered by other blacks. 81% of whites are murdered by blacks. So you got the majority of killing each other, and you got the majority on killing us. No statistic is showing bands of white people running around killing black people en masse. And the worst statistic of all, I think, is 52% of black babies are aborted. Don't even get a chance at life, and you murder them. So, the black community, I want to see them do good. They got to get out of this murder and violence mentality. Have respect for yourself, respect for your community. There's no reason to choke out your people like that. Now, believe me, I came from a single parent family for two brothers. I was the middle. We lived in a 4-room apartment. It was tight, but we got along. I do remember being about 10, 11 years old. My mom was dressed, ready to go somewhere nice at like 7:30 in the morning when we were getting ready for school, and she never did that. I said, "Mom, where are you going?" And she looked me dead in the eye and said, "We're going to stay together as a family. I have to find a job. We can't keep living the way we're living." And that really meant something to me. She cared enough to find a job so we could stay together. And that we did. And I was inspired to work hard and do my thing. And I was able just to leave high school and notch out a decent career, which I'm happy for. And my brothers are also doing well. So she led by example. And there's no reason for people and communities to be in such chaos they're in. Well, anyway, that's what I'm saying. Majority of white people aren't out to get blacks. We always say, we don't care what color the person is. We care if they're American. It's simple as that. And I mean, just not because you were born here or you immigrated here and got the piece of paper. Do you have the American spirit up here? Do you believe in your liberties? Do you believe in doing for your fellow man? It's that simple. Just like how you hear these leftists saying, "Oh, they want the Second Amendment of the Constitution so the white people go around shooting all the black people." Well, first of all, I haven't seen any evidence of that whatsoever. And second of all, the Second Amendment's for everybody. It's not just for white people. It's for blacks, Hispanics, Asians, male, female, gay, lesbian. It doesn't matter. Like you say, why do white people have Second Amendment rights? Hunting, fishing, that's fine, but protection. It's our protection. And you say, what are you protecting yourself from? Anybody that wants to harm me. Say to a black person, what do you got your firearm for? To protect me from whoever wants to harm me. Doesn't matter if they're black or white, I'm not going to harm you. I have no intention on it, so I'm not afraid of your gun. I can go to a woman, why do you have that gun? To keep men from raping me and robbing me or hurting me. I'm not going to do those things to a woman, so I'm not worried about her gun. Same with gays and lesbians. Why do you have that weapon? To protect myself, especially from people that are gay and lesbian bashers. I have no intention on doing any of that, so their gun doesn't bother me. So the Second Amendment is for everybody. And I strongly suggest to everybody to go out and take part in the Second Amendment. Keep it strong. Because we will need it one day with the way our government may go. And as far as protesting in the streets like you leftists do, crying it's your constitutional right, it's not your constitutional right to run the streets, break shit, hurt people, and violate other people's liberties. Read your Constitution. You have a right to peaceful assembly for the redress of grievances. And what you are doing is not the peaceful assembly for the redress of grievances. You're going out there acting a fool. And that's got to stop. You want your constitutional rights? Exercise them properly. God damn. Well, anyway, that is where I wanted to go, because it seems like another cop has died in New York City. Might be suspicious circumstances. I think she was killed in the command center, maybe. But really, my condolences, and really to the family of Miosotis Familla. You really do have my heartfelt condolences. It is a tragedy. When I worked in New York, they've always been very good to me. Most of them. You met up a dick every now and then. But the majority of New York police officers were very good when I needed to ask a question or needed advice or directions or even when I did something stupid on the road driving. They were very tolerant with that, and I thank them. And I just wish her family the best. Hang in there and be strong. Your mom, your sister, your wife, your daughter, she'll always be looking down on you. God bless. Have a good evening. Oh yeah, with all that, I forgot to mention that you're here on the news again. Donald Trump's son, Donald Jr., he's getting a lot of heat because he talked to a Russian attorney. What the fuck? Drop the Russian shit already. Nobody believes you. Nobody wants to hear it. It's backfiring like hell on you. You think you're going to run that Russian shit into the election, the next elections, and you think you're going to get something out of it? We're done listening to it. He hasn't done nothing illegal. You know what? How about Hillary Clinton? Let's talk about her selling the Russians, signing over plutonium, a strategic defense mineral. How about we talk about that? How about we talk about her husband when he was president, signing over missile technology to the Chinese so they could build ICBMs loaded with nuclear weapons and blast them off to the United States and nuke us. How about we talk about that? There's 2 acts of treason right fucking there. The Clintons are as dirty as they fucking come. I don't know why they're not getting investigated. I don't know why they're not on trial. I don't know why they're not convicted and fucking hung by now. It's ridiculous. Stop with the Russian bullshit and go where the fucking crimes are already. You stupid cocksuckers. CNN, MSNBC, FUCK yourself. You ain't but shit. You don't know a fucking story when it hits you in the fucking face. You're just a leftist narrative presenter. It ain't getting you anywhere. Nobody's even watching. You get these guys that make memes on YouTube are getting more fucking viewers than the news shows. You're pathetic. I don't even know why you're on the air anymore. The Last Watcher. Turn off the fucking camera. We don't need you anymore. Have a good night, everybody. And tell the news stations to go fuck themselves. In fact, I'll do it. CNN, MSNBC, and all the other TV news stations, network news, go fuck yourselves, because we are retaking liberty. And we will walk over your fucking corpses to get there. Have a good night. And if you're not a patriot and you're a leftist scum, be afraid. Be very fucking afraid.